Welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecies 444. This reading will do a lot with numerology, the moon sign, the sun sign, and the compatibility of the signs. The one picture you should be looking at is the natal chart, which has been up here one time before. And we're going to look at it now. But what I want to do is try to explain things. So you should be looking at, there it is. It'll be two natal charts, which you've seen before. I'm just making sure everything's out. That's most important. All right. Now, I want to see how I want to do this. Give me a second. So again, we'll be doing the sun sign, the sun signs compatibility for a relationship, moon signs compatibility for a relationship. We'll be explaining the sun sign, the moon sign, what they are, what you can learn from them, what they tell you. We're also doing a numerology of the names, and we're going to do the numerology part first, but I just want to make it perfectly clear what else we'll be doing so everybody knows what's going to be in this video. Now, whenever you do a reading like this, you have to count the time it takes to do the research, because the video, I don't know how long the video will be, but I just want people to realize it took research to do it as well. All right. So we're going right in. So we're looking at the natal chart on the left. That is a person who requested it. So your name adds up to 69. 7 vowels, 7 consonants in your name. So the first thing you always want is a life path number. That goes by your birthday, and it's basically going to add up to the number 4. Now they wrote it 1/3 over 4, but what they're really saying is 1 plus 3 equals 4. So it added up to the number 13, which is pretty cool because 13 is a number for the divine feminine, especially for people of color. And then you had that Scorpio going on as well. So that's all metaphysical. Now, most likely, because I know you were asking me, is this going to be paper or video? Just like the first time, you got the video, but you also got a free report that explains astrology, archangels, all of that. So with that, you'll probably get the same thing video with that report, this report that I'll be using as well. So let's go into your life path 4 number. It is a builder number. And just so you know, 4 is always a number for earthy stuff, grounded stuff, practicality. And biblically speaking, it's the number of angels. You are grounded, serious, hardworking, analytical, practical, and disciplined. Now, this is where me and you got issues. Like, if you're analytical, because the way I set everything up is for an analytical person. So, it's not just talking, because that's communication. Analytical is actually, an analytical person really does want the paperwork, wants to study it. But an analytical person is more, they want to know. Like me, ain't nobody telling me to give me the paperwork, I'll figure it out. That's just me. Because somebody else could just, you know, there's only so much time in a day. And somebody else might, they may mean well, but to me, I'm more analytical. To me, that's what analytical is. Not saying nothing's wrong with that. But for your own benefit, it's good to know what's going on. And don't sit around waiting. And the reason why I'm saying that to you, because on your chart, that was the first thing, when I first did your chart, that was the first thing they said. Like you're kind of comfortable with letting somebody else do it. That's not good. That's how you get ripped off and robbed. Like me, if I had accountants, I would know everything. And if I had to hire accountants to watch them, then I would hire accountants to watch my accountants. But you got to be on top of stuff. So you have an analytical quality that you should want to read stuff and learn, because that's how you learn. You don't want nobody coming to no conclusions or decisions. And if you go back to the very first video I did, I said that over and over again. One time I had a lawyer, and what he told me was, he said, I like you. He said, you pay me and you let me do my job. Because that's how I felt. I'm not a lawyer, he's the lawyer, so why would I care? Like you were saying, you're hands-on, but that's why you pay people. If it's their job, then they do it. But sometimes you just got to make sure they do their job. And they shouldn't mind if you do that, as long as you're not too crazy with it. All right, so this person is analytical, practical, and disciplined. This is a worker, like a worker bee. They're determined, practical, hardworking, down to earth is a term that is probably often used to describe you. You find hard work. Again, this is your life path number 4. You find hard work rewarding and don't look for the easy way to the top for finding success. So you work hard and expect the people around you to work hard. 4s like to be organized and put things back in their proper place. It's one of their strong points. And they feel better able to tackle challenges if they have a solid plan in place beforehand. They tend to be set in their ways and are drawn to leading an ordinary life. They believe there is a place for everything and everything has its place. And put everything in its place. Home is their haven. Again, 4. That number of the 4th house of the zodiac is Cancer. And I believe your moon sign is Cancer. Home is their haven, and if their home environment appears sloppy and unkept, that is a sign that life path 4 person is not doing well. They are usually very cerebral and need to find ways to relax their minds. Otherwise, great ideas live and die in their heads. And then again, but that won't happen if you study. Once you get the paperwork and stuff, study, listen, take notes. Like I'm gonna keep saying, that's why the ideas die in your head, because you're looking for somebody else to do it. And we already discovered that in your very verse 1. That's the first thing they said in your 2nd house. This person is comfortable with letting somebody else take over. And they said this person will work harder when somebody else is in their life. And I was saying that. Now keep in mind, I said all of that before all of this. So I'm not saying this now for whatever reason. I'm saying from the beginning I told you that. That's a liability, because you're being blessed with the universe with all this skill, and you kind of have it like lay back and, okay, you show me, or you help. When you have this, you have the ability to do it. And plus, you have the skill of be innovative, because you got that Virgo and all that other stuff. So you got this. You got the ability to take somebody that's really good and become better. Like for people that watch wrestling, you have Shawn Michaels, who definitely was one of the greatest at what he did. But now you have AJ Styles. Now AJ Styles is taking what Shawn Michaels did to a higher, like acrobatic, flying out the ring and punching people in the face type deals. Little CM Punk there too, but AJ is starting to master that. So they're starting to compare AJ Styles to some of the greats before him, like Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, or Ric Flair. And those are not easy shoes to follow in that ring. But that's what I'm saying. This person has the same ability to be innovative and really, because they said that's where they would make most of their money from, the 8th house, the 3rd house. But you're not going to make that kind of money if you're not using the cerebral, the brain, the head. If you're just sitting back and saying, oh, somebody else will get it. So these people have a strong sense of right and wrong. They're very honest, and they value honesty in others. That's probably why she puts up with me. But she's tough. One thing I got, she gave my respect, because I'd be like, yo, Why are you making it so difficult? Okay, listen, if you knew how many people I deal with to be coming with this BS, I'm not with it. But she got through it. You understand? Like, you don't have to, like, it's not that serious. It's just me telling you how I feel, which I'm always going to do. Like, I was listening to Sophia Stewart on an interview. You can watch that interview on Real Life and Metaphysics. Tells you how to get there. My other channel. But she was honest. And the people was getting mad. I know, because I know how they did me. They don't want the truth. But, guys, some people don't want to lie to rip you off. Some people are going to tell you the truth. Now, 4's dreams are based in reality, and they never question that you will have to work hard to make them come true. Loyal and very dependable, they make an excellent friend or partner, but may have just a small circle of friends. And if you're smart, you'll keep it that way. What did somebody say? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Because if you keep your enemies closer, those are your so-called friends anyway. Bada boom. Just being sarcastically funny in a true way. But on the negative side, oh, here goes your negative side. 4s can also be set in the ways, and they can often come across as stubborn, rigid, or too serious. They also have a tendency to overlook tact and let their true feelings be known to all those around them, which can sometimes turn other people away from them. Although practical and good planners, 4s are extremely cautious and don't deviate much from their master plan. Because of this, can sometimes miss opportunities that arise because they don't act on them quickly enough. So you could try that out, because all of us got stuff to work on, but that's a good thing to work on. Sometimes just go with the flow and see what happens, because that's how you break that pattern. Otherwise, you're always going to try to know this and know that and know that, but sometimes you got to just learn how to break the pattern. Okay, now this person said your number is 6. Your characteristics, well, that's the characteristics of a number 6. Responsible, protective, you're nurturing, you're all about community, and I think you do have Aquarius on your chart. That is your sun sign, so that's community, balance, and sympathy. That's the number 6 sign, which is also Venus and love. So the expression or destiny for number 6: responsibility, love, balance, helpful, conscientious. You can rectify or balance any sort of inharmonious situation. Now that's good, so you can get a job also. It's some type of mediator. So you give help and comfort to those in need. You have a natural penchant for working with the old. See, that's that Virgo, because you did have a lot of Virgo on your chart. And a lot of Virgo people do, like the 6th house people or the Virgo people, they help like the elderly, the senior citizens, working with the old, the young, the sick, and the underprivileged. Although you may have considerable creative and artistic talents, the chances are that you will devote yourself into an occupation that shows concern for the betterment of the community. The positive side of number 6 suggests that you are very loving, friendly, appreciative of others. You have a depth of understanding that produces much sympathetic kindness and generosity. The qualities of the 6 makes the finest and most concerned parent, and one often deeply involved in domestic activities. Openness and honesty is apparent in your approach to all relationships. There are some negative traits associated with number 6. There may be a tendency for you to be too exacting and demanding of yourself. In this regard, you may at times sacrifice or your loved ones for the welfare of others, and we warned you about that when we did your natal chart. In some cases, overzealous 6 has difficulty distinguishing between helping and interfering. You may have difficulty expressing your own individuality because of involvement with responsibilities and causes. So you got to always say, well, what's my personality? Like all the expressions of the number 6, it's quite likely that you worry too much. Now, the soul urge number is the number 8. And again, the 8th house is ruled by Scorpio. And you had that as Scorpio. Your Scorpio's in the your 3rd house. And then in your 8th house that Scorpio rules is Aries. So that's still a lot of Scorpio. So you have a natural flair for big business and the challenges imposed by the commercial world. Power, status, and success are very important to you. Now, but see, in your 8th house, you got that Saturn energy kind of like bullying you. And you got Vesta there. So that's why I said you got to really... Because you were saying, like each person is different. I'm going to try to explain something to you. Because only you're going to know what the Saturn energy is and the Sacral and Vesta. Everything we talked about. Only you would know. Because like I said, you say talking on the phone. But each person is different. Because some people might talk about it, but some people might not talk about it. Because I got people that I'll do their chart and I never hear from them. Because they got the information they needed. And that's it. But then I got some people do want to talk about it. You know. And you'll have some people that are cautious. But me, I dive into anything. I don't fear nothing. I'm not scared of nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of, but everybody's not like that. So that's why I said you. So when you understand that, you can see it from my perspective. I don't know those stones, but I know in your 8th house, you have the potential of something great, but you have that Saturn standing over you. And we did talk about that on your natal chart, or who that might be. But again, that's possibility, maybe not. But with your soul urge 8 number, that means you could be really good in the professional world. But again, you got to make sure that you're not being held back by that Saturn that's there, that energy. With an 8 soul urge, you have a natural flair of big business and the challenges imposed by the commercial world. Power, status, and success are very important to you. You have strong urges to supervise, organize, and lead. Material desires are also very pronounced. You have good executive abilities, and with these, confidence, energy, and ambition. And that's what we were saying. So why would you let any other energy interfere with that? See, when you learn wisdom, you realize nothing wrong with being in love, like my uncle told me. Nothing wrong with being in love, just don't be a fool in love. Plus, a person will say they love you and they may even mess your job up. But once that money's gone, so will that love. So you always got to make sure we need income. We got to pay bills. We might have children. Things got to be taken care of. So if we got a person in our life, they have to respect that. And they have to be worthy of it too. Because why the hell would I go work with my hard-earned money and then spend it on somebody that's not going to be as devoted to the situation as I am? So it takes a little maturity as well. Or if you're just one of those people that don't care, it's your money. You can do whatever you want with it. Your money, your life. Your mind is analytical and judgment sound. You're a good judge of material values and also human character. Self-controlled, you rarely let emotions cloud judgment. You are somewhat of an organizer at heart. Because see, 4 and 8. You see you had the number 4, and you had number 6, then you got the number 8. And you like to keep those beneath you organized in a proper track. Now again, because you're going to get this piece of paper I'm reading from, you'll know which one is your life number, which one is your number, which one is your soul urge. Because it's right there on the paper. Alright, this is a personality that wants to lead, not follow. So that's an oxymoron for you. Because no, but I saw it. When I did your natal chart, I saw it. But you're letting some other source like take over. So that's why I said you got to stop doing that. Because you're doing more damage to yourself than you realize. And I told you the first time when I first did your natal chart. See me, I'm real funny about who around me, who around my kids. I don't care who you are. Because it's just my job to make sure they're protected. So you got to be careful with everything. You don't just say, hey, you can handle this. No, because they may lie. They may cheat. They may steal. They may make a mistake that costs you. So you have to be proactive. You have to be on top of this. And you have the potential to do it. Your natal chart says it. And this numerology report says it. So you have to get that stuff straight. Because somehow, somewhere, and I don't know how that happened, but you allowed yourself to kind of like fall into the category of an assistant but you're actually supposed to be an administrator. Even with Soul Urge 8, that's what 8 is. More like an administrator. And 4 is an administrator too. So it says number 8, Soul Urge number, is a personality that wants to lead, not follow. You want to be known for your planning ability and solid judgment. The negative aspect of 8 Soul Urge are the often dominating and exacting attitude. You may have a tendency to be very rigid, sometimes stubborn. Now this is your dream number, number 7. Inner dream number 7. You dream of having the opportunity to read, study, and shut yourself off from worldly distractions. You see yourself as a teacher, mystic, or ecclesiastic, spending your life in the pursuit of knowledge and learning. You could also do that because that's on your chart as well. A lot of people don't know how much their life would change. I know how the Archangel cards changed me, and all has changed me. So you just have to want it. All right, now give me a second. So that's it for you. Now we're going to be doing the mail you asked about. And again, we're just getting started. We'll be doing everything with the sun, the moon, and the compatibility as well. Give me a second. My browser's running slow. I'm trying to look at a couple of things, but waiting for this browser to kick in. Alright, so we're going to do it again. The 17 letters in his name go to 84. 6 vowels, 11 consonants in your name. Now, numerology, his numerology based on birth, month, day, and year is his life path number. Those numbers add up to 19, but then when it goes 1 plus 9 is 10. But then you go 1 plus 0 is 1. So his life path number is 1. Life path number is 1. Hardworking, natural-born leader. Has a pioneering spirit that is full of energy and a passion for art. They have a strong desire to be number 1, which means a person with this number can manifest very easily. Due to their determination and self-motivation, they won't let anything stand in their way of accomplishing a goal. Their drive allows them to overcome any obstacle or challenge they may encounter, and they may have the desire to accomplish great things in their lifetime. Their only need is to focus on what they want in order to achieve it. Because ones are critical of themselves, they can be very critical of others. The ones will not tolerate laziness from the people they spend their time with. People with life path 1 are very independent and feel the need to make up their own mind about things. And follow their own personal convictions. And we saw that in his natal chart. All this drive and determination means that they can easily become irritated when things don't go their way. And we kind of saw that, which I did bring out, because we saw them planning on committing into the relationship from let me make sure. I just want to make sure it was 5th and 6th. Give me a second. So you see them leaving from the 6th house of healing with Saturn, meaning they were considering a long-term relationship into the 7th house, but then you see them trying to leave the 7th house with Uranus, because Uranus is the rebel. Uranus does not get along with Saturn. Saturn's all about working together. Let's get some commitment going, some commitment, but Uranus is like, nah, I don't want that. I want to be free. So we already talked about that. Your life path tells what your life tools and lessons are about. Life path number 1 is a strong vibration, one of individuality and invention, and we saw all this in his natal chart. Innovation and creativity are the characteristics associated with this path. These folks are very good at starting new projects and often take a unique or inventive approach to solving problems. Because of these qualities and because multitasking is something they tend to be very good at, they are well suited for self-employment. We talked about that. And can be happiest being their own boss. A life path of 1 also means that they also possess the qualities to be a political or military leader. Again, like I said, each person has to make their own choice. But what they don't understand, like somebody said, what's on my chart? So it's on my chart. He's supposed to take lead and stuff like that. And we see it, but there's also things that you can mess things up, and maybe someone else, because he takes the lead. It's one of them things, and that's why I say you can't be no coward with this. And again, I'm listening to Sophia Stewart come on a woman's show, and when she's like, oh, this is Sophia Stewart. She's the mother of the Matrix. She's the mother of the Oracle. She's the one that woke all of us up. Oh, Sophia. But once Sophia started telling the truth about the type of lifestyles these people were choosing and how it's a demonic lie and they don't want to hear that. You could almost drop a pin. You could almost drop a pin because they went from riding on the job to almost booing her because she told them the truth and they don't want to hear it. And when I came out here, I realized that these people don't want to hear the truth. And I had to soul search. Do I want to lie? My life would have been great. And I was like, nah, I haven't lied my whole life. Why start now? So I lost it. I lost like a lot because I wouldn't lie. So now the bottom line is this. That's how it is with your natal chart. There's going to be good and bad. But if you really understood what a real relationship was, you're not going to go running just because, well, I can't say that to this person because they're not going to like me. Well, that's called a relationship. That's how you grow. Oh, I just like everything when it's nice and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but you're not benefiting. And you see it all in your chart. So it's communication toughening up, just like I just got finished saying. And getting through the process. And that's what you did with me through this. Because I was like, okay, I got too much on my mind, too much on my plate. And that happens sometimes. It's not the end of the world. It's only the end of the world when people give up. So relationships are like that. And me personally, I'm just different. I won't want to be with somebody I couldn't talk to. If I got to be afraid to talk to somebody, why would I want to be with you? Life is too short. I got too much. I still want to do with my life. So I'm not trying to be, me personally, I'm not trying to be blocked in if I'm not happy. And I'm not going to fake it because some people want you to just fake it. I'm not faking shit. Life is too short. I didn't come here to live a life of a lie. And I know everything can't go your way, but everything can't go the other person's way either. So that's why I said it's something you have to really both be committed to. Otherwise, to me, it's no sense in being involved with it. But again, my opinion. Now, this is the negative side of Life Path 1. You can have a tendency to be self-centered, egotistical, and demanding. Because you feel a strong desire to be number one and appear successful, you can easily become arrogant or boastful. Though you excel as a leader, you may have a difficult time being a follower and are reluctant to seek help, which can cause you to be quite unhappy if you're in a situation where you are not in charge. While you are great at starting projects, you quickly tire of detailed tasks. And that's what you see, right, going into the relationship sector. That's why I love what I do. You can see it, because I even said it. Like at one point, I mean, he was eager because the Virgo, the Virgin or the Virgo energy was really helping him say, you know what? It's time to commit, because he's got the sun there, he's got the moon, he's got Venus. You understand? He's got Juno. He's all happy. Maybe it's time to commit. But once he got in there and saw the commitment, man, I'm losing my individuality. I'm not really sure this is for me. He tried to jet. Uranus jumped in. Uranus like, I'm getting out of here. And then Vesta jumped in and said, no, no, no. You two got a purpose together. And then you see Vesta in the 10th house on her chart helping. Because in that Saturn energy is kind of being like a bully. So I did discuss all of that. That's why I said, you got to really get that. You could talk about it, but that don't mean you're going to get it. You only going to get it when you sit down and write in pen and paper, whether you like doing it or not, because it's not going to sink in. All right. Now we move on. So now they say his number is number 3. He's very expressive. He's very good at verbalization, even socialization. He's into the arts and the joy of living. And arts can also always be music as well. Arts and entertainment, even poetry, but even arts as well. So this is the destiny number. Well, they call it the expression number or the destiny number. It's number 3. And your expression number, which is also your destiny number, was 6. So this guy will be good with words, writing, speaking, singing, acting, teaching. He can be an entertainer, a writer, litigators, teachers, salesmen, composers. You have the destiny to sell yourself or sell just about any product that comes along. You are imaginative in your presentation, and you may have creative talents in the arts, although these are more likely to be latent. You are an optimistic person that seems ever enthusiasm about life and living. You are friendly, loving, and social, and people like you because you are charming and such a good conversationalist. Your ability to communicate may often inspire others. It is your role in life to inspire and motivate, to raise the spirits of those around you. Now let's find out what this word latent means. Present or potential but not evident or active. Yeah, so he should do that. Because see, what I'm seeing is when he gets to a point, like he's like a fast talk. Not saying he's not good, because he is good. I've seen his chart. He's got a lot of good things. But he's like, if it's not moving it the way he wants it to move, he tends to like lose interest. And that's just not cool. But he wants to bully other people. Like he wants other people to be consistent, but he's not. But he's got skill, like music and stuff, and he's got the looks and everything. So they said that talent is latent. That's what he should do. Because like it's easy to learn. Like if you start writing music and know about royalties and all that shit, you'll be getting paid like years and years and years from songs and stuff. But I think he just likes the adrenaline. Like he's like an alchemist. Probably in a previous life, he kind of was like not necessarily a sorcerer, but something like that. He likes to make it work without putting a whole lot in. You understand? That's what gets him off. He likes to make shit work where he didn't put a whole lot in. But when you gotta do music and art, you do gotta put more in. But he could even do poetry or something, because he's got a skill that they're saying is latent. And I could see that. I could see why, because he likes it like this. And that's somebody says I'm a mover and a shaker. Like it used to be, it's people that used to go in the studio and they would only want to do the song one time. That's it. You know, you go take two. Oh, that was pretty good, but let's try it again. They'd be like, nah, man, you figure that shit out. You're the engineer. And they walk out. Like they go in the studio and do the song one time. Who does that? Even if they made mistakes, they don't care. They be like, you're the engineer. You figure that out. And they leave and shit. Because they just don't want to be tied up. They figure I could be doing something else with my time. And they don't understand that this could be this song could make you a lot of money. And the royalties, it's worth you standing in the studio. And they be like, nah, you figure it out. You're the engineer. And Pac would do that. Pac would write so many songs that he didn't care. He didn't care how they sounded. He would drop his verse and everything. And he'd be like, let them work it out. They're the engineers. And he'd leave. So this is an optimistic person that seems rather enthusiastic about life and living. So these are the real reasons why you get your natal chart. So that you can help each other and work with each other and get stronger. But because we're in third dimensional, we don't do it that way. Either we try to turn the whole thing into a love story, which is never going to be. That's your whole natal chart. It's a prophecy of your life from Creator. So you got everything on that natal chart for your life. It's not just a love story. Not just to use it as, what about my career? You're supposed to be saying your strong points, things you need to work on. And when both of you can finally get to the point where you can both talk about it, you could actually help each other. And it's not as hard as people make it out to be. But people just want everything easy. They don't want to talk about it. They're scared I might hurt their feelings. All kind of stuff. Alright, so the negative side of number 3. Expression number or destiny number. They're superficial. You may tend to scatter your forces and simply be too easygoing. It's advisable for negative 3 to avoid dwelling on trivial matters, especially gossip. Now his soul urge number is 22. This is the master builder number. You would like to use your abilities in an important humanitarian undertaking and have an innate desire to express the significant power you feel in a concrete manner as a builder, engineer, diplomat. In some way you want to make a considerable contribution to the world. The 22 gives a broad, universal outlook with a rather practical and common sense approach. You have especially high intelligence with an unusual perception and awareness. This number often denotes a high degree of diplomatic abilities and high ideals. So they're both diplomatic, him and her. You are a very capable person, and you may possess special leadership abilities that you can and should develop. People respect you and recognize your superior foresight and vision. The negative side of 22 urge number is a high degree of nervous energy and a tendency to be very domineering. It's unfortunate that all who possess the urge of 22 do not use its energies to the greatest advantage. but then it should be recognized that these energies are understandably the most difficult to focus and direct. Your inner dream number is number 8. You dream of success in the business or political world, of power and control of large material endeavors. You crave authority and recognition of executive skills. Your secret self may have very strong desire to become an entrepreneur. So their numerology is similar. All right, now your sun sign, okay? You got to go all the way back to the beginning. The moon sign represents the divine feminine. In the very, very beginning, there was only darkness. And that was the divine darkness, the divine feminine. It's all in the Bible. Brother Polite proved that it's also in the Quran. It's the divine womb. The divine womb that everything came out of. So your moon is signifying that. Your deepness, your innerness, the inner you, the deep emotions, the thoughts and feelings. Possibly the subconscious mind, all in the moon, the watery. But at some point in time, through that darkness of that womb came the light. And the people that know it in Islam, they call it Allah. And in Christians call that light the sun or the S-U-N or the S-O-N. So when you see your sun sign, it's masculine energy, but it's also about a lot of energy. It's also about illuminization, power, intensity. You can call it public if you want. Now, the sun and moon often contrast each other, but they really help each other. So it's always going to be polarities and everything associated with this God. Darkness, light, moon, sun, positive, negative, yin and yang. So that's higher metaphysics. And again, when people understand this stuff and they use their natal chart, they get along a lot better because they'll start to submit back to the universe. But what we're doing, we think we're the boss. We think, oh, let me get my chart and see. But we're looking at our chart like somehow it's supposed to serve us. But the fact of the matter is we're supposed to submit to the chart. The chart came from the divine feminine, from God to us. And that's just the way it is. And we can run all we want, but that's the same chart that we're going to have to answer to. That's why they talk about karma. Your next life is going to be based on how well you followed your chart in this life. So now, give me 1 second. I know. All right. So now, sun sign, Cancer. Give me one moment. All right, so give me, I'm going to label this. We're not gonna do the moon sign yet. All right, I'm gonna take this. Now. Give me one moment. Just so that they say he's sleeping on his talents because he's got talent. He would make a lot of money if he got more into the arts. He would make a lot of money. Entertainment, poetry, writing, rapping, whatever. All right. Now this is I'm gonna tell you what happened. There's some weird shit going on. Cause I done did every time I do Aquarius, Scorpio, it don't come like I think I got it. This is gonna be the third time I'm gonna do this. When I see shit like that, like nothing's accidental or coincidental. But that's the only thing that really gave me a hard way to go. Was every time I do Aquarius, Scorpio, it's like I think I got it, and then I'll save it, and when I look back, I don't have it. This is my third time going in to find it again, and that's some weird shit. So give me a moment. I'm just finding it again. I don't feel like putting this on pause. No, that ain't gonna be it either. Let me try this one. Alright, we're gonna do this. Alright, I got it. Sometimes when that happens, I think the reason why it happens because they didn't like the page I had. Like I tell you, like you have to really understand I do this a lot, and you can tell when I got help. And the light just went off. My light been blinking off and on for different reasons. I talk about that in some other videos, but they're all on real life and metaphysics. But I'm having a lot of stuff going on. But just when I found this website, that lights came on and off again. So I already described that as angelic, and I think they wanted y'all to see this particular website. So the other ones I had, that's why they did that. They don't want me to use. They didn't want me to use that information, but they do want me to use this information. All right. Now this will be sign compatible. This is the sun sign compatibility between Aquarius and Scorpio, because he's both sun sign, moon sign, Scorpio. She is a sun sign, Aquarius, moon sign, Cancer. So contact between, now again I'm talking about sun sign, so I'm not going to keep saying sun sign Scorpio, sun sign Aquarius. Contact between the Scorpio and Aquarius can be very truly intense, very intense. As squaring signs, they should have a very troublesome contact because they're squaring signs. But the sign of Scorpio exalts the ruler of Aquarius, Uranus. So Scorpio exalts Uranus. These signs combined represent the ultimate sexual freedom, a place with no restrictions or taboos. They are a combination of water and air, of emotion and information, all combined into a strong scent of attraction. If they get tied to each other and break up, they could end up hating each other and despising everything they've shared in their sex life. So they said if they get tied to each other and break up, I think what they're saying is if they get tired of each other and break up, they could end up hating each other and despising everything they've shared in the sex life. It's very difficult for these partners to find a balance of passion, emotions, and rational thinking. And again, I'm going to tell you again, when you start learning how to read, study, and take notes, that helps teach patience. It's just the way it is. I know so many females, they was like bimbos. All they was doing was running around partying, having sex, until they went to college. Once they started using their brains, it was like talking to a totally different person. They were way more disciplined, and they valued themselves and everything way better. But before they went to college, they was just party girls. So, it is what it is. While it is very difficult for these partners to find a balance of passion, emotion, and rational thinking, while Scorpio's sexuality is hungry, deeply emotional, and pervasive, Aquarius wants to be free of any boundaries and emotion and will have real trouble being with a possessive partner. Their sex life can be like a battle arena or like a wonderland, depending on the flexibility of both of them and the depth of emotions they share. As two fixed signs, they will most certainly have trouble changing their natures and adjusting to a partner that is too different from them. Aquarius and Scorpio in the trust department. How on earth is it possible for two honest and straightforward individuals such as Scorpio and Aquarius to have such a problem to trust each other? Well, I know for a fact Scorpio is very. They're not going to trust you till you prove it, and they're going to doubt you until you prove it, and then once you prove it, they'll work on being loyal. Aquarius just wants to be free. So if an Aquarius just wants to be free, then an Aquarius might think, well, they must feel the same way like me. Because a lot of times when we're doing something, we just assume somebody's like us, and a lot of times they're not. So I could definitely see how these two would have a problem in the trust department. The problem here shows its face when they get too close. As soon as Scorpio starts to assume that Aquarius should be tamer, and belong to them in a loving relationship, it will result in a forceful rebellion and the counteract of their partner. And that's what you see. You see him going into the 7th house from the 6th house of healing. He's willing to give it a chance. He's going into Saturn, ready to commit. But just a little bit of time, he's trying to get out of there as Uranus. Oh, hell no. And then Vesta's trying to keep these two together. And then in her chart, Vesta's trying to stop the bullying from affecting her career. Things could really get out of hand or control, and any sort of manipulation takes place, and unspoken tendencies might tear them apart in a matter of minutes. So again, that would be a little maturity, possibly counseling, professional counseling. But a lot of people don't want to do all that. Now we're going to talk about Aquarius and Scorpio, communication and intellect. So these two will like this, because Scorpio can be kind of strange, and so can Aquarius, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So it says that they could have really great but strange conversations of all they can imagine. But again, stubbornness kicks in, and they may not allow the conversation to go down. Neither one of them want to have small talk or discuss their day at work. It is futile from their perspective, and although Scorpio likes to be in control of everything their partner does, it will be refreshing to talk to someone who says unusual things. The biggest quality of the relationship is an incredible connection of depth and width, and only one couple. They will both have trouble understanding our society as it is, and have certain similar perspectives on anything out of the ordinary. So like they said, if they can get past the early stages, they might have great conversation. Scorpio exalts Uranus, which is Aquarius' ruler, and this is why their relationship is the possibility for both of them to grow. Now again, when we talk about growing in a relationship, we're talking about moving away from the Gemini, break up with you, quick energy, until the Sagittarius, a little bit more consistent and mature energy. Not only will Scorpio adore the intellectual strength of their partner, but they will also help them understand the way their ideas might be realized through a feeling of ultimate possibility. The weakest link in their relationship for each other, combined with their static natures, the weakest link in their relationship is their respect for each other. Oh, that shouldn't be a weak link. Combined with their static natures. We would think that both of these signs are in connection to change and they couldn't possibly be static. But in fact, they are static in their way of change, and their biggest challenge is to stop for a minute and treasure what they found in each other. Aquarius and Scorpio emotions. An air sign and a water sign. If love happens between them, the most typical scenario is for Scorpio to fall into an obsessive mess of feelings towards their uninterested Aquarius partner. Because like Aquarius just don't want to, they don't even want the feeling of a commitment. It makes them feel uneasy. And that's what you see in the 7th house. Uranus is trying to get the hell out of that, and Vesta's trying to stop them. It takes a lot of work and commitment to reach the emotional core of Aquarius, and it's impossible to get there without spontaneity and trust. So in other words, Aquarius is saying, yo, I done told you what I do. I ain't got to explain everything to you. And I'm getting sick of you always assuming this and that. It's 8 million people on the planet, and you asking me about a piece of hair or my coat. No, I'm not going to call you every hour. Stop calling my phone so much. I told you what I got to do. So that's Aquarius. You got to let me be me, and you got to trust me to be me. It says Scorpio can be spontaneous in situations that are free of emotions, but will rarely let their love for someone be a part of it. A maybe yes, maybe no swing controlled by their partner. So Scorpio's like, listen, I got this good love to give you. All you got to do is calm down, and you can get this love. But if you don't make me feel a certain way, then you ain't going to get this love. You're going to get my watery emotions and shit. Aquarius will rarely tolerate or be with someone who tries to make them be more stable and down to earth. See, if you see where he's bullying her, though, he's basically bullying her in like business stuff. Because he is bullying her. That Saturn in the 10th house is definitely him. But also, because in his mind, he's the man. But see, he's got an immaturity going on where he don't want to restart. Like, he can mess up and don't want to talk about it. But that's how you lose money and stuff like that. But he's the type of person to be like, okay, well, I can get it back. But still, you don't want to be losing money. And like her, she's got a way better business sense than him. For her, business sense is an app. And even though she acting like she don't want to read and study, but she would be real good. Like, she could read stuff and pick up real quick on how to be better business and do shit better. Because she got all that 8th house. And that 8th house is where your attorneys come out, the 8th house and all that stuff. So that's kind of like her agents and attorneys. So if he was smarter, he will, and that would make their sex better too. Because he's letting her in and she's feeling more a part of his life, and the sex would be great. But he kind of wants to handle all that shit. Because he don't want no failure, but a lot of his failures are him trying to handle everything. Aquarius will rarely tolerate or be with someone who tries to make them more stable and down to earth. And that's what she's going to do, because she's number 4. Or anyone who quenches their desire to be free. As soon as they feel obligated to do anything, they will start pulling away. And you see it on the chart. That nigga hauled ass. He said, I'm going to give this relation thing a try. And as soon as it ain't go his way, that nigga turned back into Uranus and shit. They will start pulling away, and any emotion that might have been developing will suddenly be covered by the fear of commitment and the rut of everyday life. So like I said, he'll cover it up quick. So you might get him to open up, but you better be careful. If they want to reach emotional balance, Scorpio has to be untied. Realize that their partner will never belong to them and that they are free to leave anytime. Whew. They will have to understand that this relationship might end tomorrow, and there is nothing they can do about it but accept it. On the other hand, Aquarius will have to confront their emotional depth and be ready to make changes in their approach to romantic relationships so they can steadily feel and understand Scorpio's emotional nature. Again, that's why it's communication and counseling. Scorpio and Aquarius values. They will both value excitement and change, and this will be a strong meeting point for the characteristics. Unfortunately, most of the other things they would value in their partner are completely different. So it says they both like excitement and change. That'll pull them together, but almost everything else, they're different. Aquarius values free spirit, communication, and independence. Scorpio values commitment, sex, and deep emotional connection. Aquarius and Scorpio shared activities. For as long as they stay out of their ego battle, they could find many things to do together. They will both like to take risks of any kind, and their best date could be anything from a parachute jumping to a night out in a casino. The best way for them to spend some quality time together is in some sort of intellectual activities and competitions, because this would allow them to manifest their possible hostility in a healthy way. So they say they're going to have hostility to each other, so they're going to have to find out. They're going to have to find a way that makes them feel close together, but they're able to let each other know, like, I wish you would be more into me. I wish you would go deeper with me. He's like, yo, I wish you would just let me be me and stop worrying about everything. Now they say someone may say that this is a karmic relationship, that these partners were enemies in one of their previous lives, and that they could fight until one of them falls dead. This would be a bit extreme though. The truth is, Scorpio is a sign of Uranus exaltation, and as such it adores Aquarius in a way. In most cases, Scorpio partner will show their affection obsessively, but this might actually feel good for Aquarius. When we look at the sign of Aquarius, we will see that it exalts Neptune, the ruler of the water sign of Pisces, and all of our assumptions on their lack of emotionality will drown in their ultimate love. The fact is that they are both, in a way, outcasts and rebels. While Scorpio represents all of our emotions we don't want to deal with, Aquarius represents the way of thinking most of us are not ready for. It is best to look at them as announcers of change, for this is exactly what they will bring into each other's lives. So that was good. That was astrology-zodiac-signs.com, compatibility between Aquarius and Scorpio. Alright, give me a second again. All right. Moon signs between Cancer and Scorpio. Now, for moon signs, Scorpio is the best combinations for a Cancer. Now, again, we're talking about moon signs. Why is that? Because you are both water signs. Because this is what I'm not saying I agree, but if anybody that did listen to LGO, he was always saying move. We want to move there because it's close to something he would say. He would either say Cancer or something he would say. But sometimes that shit could be true. Because if she moved somewhere where the moon had greater force, greater energy, and it was close to water, she would deal less with his Aquarius shit. Because that's some sun shit. See, because her Scorpio is watery. And her moon, see, that's what I mean about alchemy. Learn how to be smart. That's all I'm trying to say. Because we can do silly stuff all day long. Don't drive people crazy. Learn how to be smart. Get the information. Say, how can I make this work for me? Because I know I do my job. I don't never go to bed talking about, oh, wow. Oh, they hurt my feelings. I don't do that. I'd be like, I know I did a great job. I'll be patting myself on the back. So y'all got to learn. Like, take the information and use alchemy. Okay, get this dude closer to the moon. I'm still on planet Earth, of course. Get this person somewhere on Earth that's closer to the moon, so to say. Listen to me. And where there's a lot of water. Because what you're going to do, you're going to diminish a lot of his Aquarius. Not in a bad way, because I think nobody's going to stop that. That's his personality. This is him. These are the type of people always walking around calling movers and shakers, movers and shakers. What am I going to do today? What am I going to... Nobody's going to stop that. I'm talking relationship. See, the moon is going to help with the relationship. Because that's what's going to make him want to be more family-minded, want to be more Cancer-minded. Because he's Cancer. Cancer's watery. Scorpio's watery. The moon is watery. Pisces is watery. So when you do that, you begin to diminish that sun energy that's making them say, I want to be free. I don't know. I'm not ready. I don't know. I appreciate that she's serious, but I don't know if I'm ready for all that. And I don't want nobody stopping my fire because the way I do stuff, the way I make stuff, I gotta feel free. I can't do what I do without feeling free. So you gotta make a person think that they still in that control zone, but they no longer in that control zone. Because now they're in a zone that's going to make them want to be more in a relationship, more emotional, more watery. Common sense. And she says, any Cancer looks for domination and leading spirit in the other one. So that's a lot like Scorpio. Because Scorpio is as jealous as you are. Maybe you even more jealous. Because Scorpio is extremely passionate and understands the torrent of feelings in your soul better than anyone. Because Scorpios have psychic abilities. Scorpio has everything necessary to open the Cancer's shell. The excessive energy that they emanate, especially sexual and financially, is a good invigorator for your reserve. You are both sentimental, emotional, and let yourselves be carried away. And it is often said that you can't stay together for long. Because that's what I'm trying to tell you. But what I'm saying is once you move to a location of what I just said, you're going to notice a big difference. That's why one time I was out of town, well, really on two different occasions. I was out of town and had a great relationship with two different females. But the moment we got back to Asbury Park, all the silly stuff came back. But when we was way away and all that, so it does matter. Didn't really have no problem. Not no real problem. But the moment I came back to this little urban area, all hell broke loose. So locations do matter. Even if you do vacation, I want a vacation somewhere where there's a strong moon connection, lot of water. And the funny thing about an Aquarius, it even like its symbol look like water. It look like waves of the water, ripples and stuff. So some stuff, like I said, is common sense. So Scorpio and Cancer does good because Cancer sympathizes with the Scorpio. Very generous, very gentle. Will very nurturing. Will try to understand you, and is willing to go your way. It's just that Scorpio wants to be in charge, and they also have mood swings. Then they're talking about, but since you're guided by intuition, you'll be able to calm him or her down. But the funny thing is, Scorpio got weight. Scorpio got like laser beam intuition. Scorpio's intuition is probably the greatest of all the signs. Scorpio's on some mystical shit. So I don't know why they're trying to compare Cancer's intuition to Scorpio's. Cancer can be kind of psychic too, because you're dealing with the moon. The moon is its ruler. So Cancer is kind of psychic. It does have intuition, but it's more like nobody on the chart has greater intuition than Scorpio. Because Scorpio's on some psychic, like it's not even, there's no comparison, bro. But I'm gonna look at it. I mean, because they talking about the mother. You know, they say mother's intuition and stuff. Now, I mean, that's stronger. Like, mother intuition is real strong too. But I don't know. I don't think nobody fucking with a Scorpio when it comes to intuition. I'm gonna see if I can find it. What zodiac sign has the best intuition? They said, is one zodiac sign more psychic than the other? Come on, keep it 100. This is spiritnow.com. Is one zodiac sign more psychic or intuitive than another? Traditionally, it is the water signs that are thought to be more psychic than all the signs. Well, they're both water signs. That is because water symbolizes the ebb and flow of the subconscious mind. However, there is a lot of debates about this, especially since Sagittarians seem to have a mysterious dead-on intuition that rivals that of a water sign. And it's funny because Dolo just said that. Dolo just made a video where he just said that because he's a Sagittarian. I mean, I had a Sagittarian friend. She was sharp, but I still don't think you ain't fucking with Scorpio. When you mess with Scorpio, you messing with the divine womb. That's the bottomless pit. That's the 8th house. Just read Revelation chapter 9. That bottomless pit. That's why they talk about Scorpion. There is another theory that this is what sign your moon is in that determines whether or not you're a psychic. That's true, but not all the way true. The 9th house in your zodiac chart is also in charge of psychic connections. Well, let's look at this 9th houses just to look around. So she's not going to really answer the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you got Taurus in your 9th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And he's got Aquarius in his 9th house. Interesting. So his Aquarius is going to tap into your Aquarius. And y'all both got Jupiter in the same area. And Jupiter's kind of helping you too. I mean, so I don't want to dig deep with this, but it is debatable. Okay, this one's good. What zodiac sign has the best intuition? She said the water signs, but they have different types of intuition. So let's read about it. Pisces is the best intuition when it comes to reading people's thoughts. They also have a keen sense of what's trendy. Cancer's best intuition when reading emotions. This is why some Cancers are good at charming others. They are known as the mother figure of water signs, just like I said. Scorpio, best intuition in reading character, personalities, and intentions, and details as well. Well, I think I was right. Okay? Do I have to go further? Come on, man. Pisces. Okay, so you're good at reading other people's thoughts. Well, good for you. Be a freaking psychic. And they have a keen sense of what's trendy. Well, go be a fashion artist then. Cancer. Best intuition when reading emotions. This is why Cancers are good at charming people. Well, go get a snake then. They are also known as the mother figures of water signs. Well, who cares? Everybody's not going to call mommy. We don't need you, okay? Everybody doesn't want to call their mother. Talking about their emotions. Oh, Mom, I had a bad day at work. I had a bad day at work today. Well, talk to your wife. Click. But Scorpio, best intuition in reading character. That's what I'm talking about. Personality. That's what I'm talking about. And intentions. You got that. But I have seen mothers do some stuff they shouldn't have known and they still knew. But you don't know if they did it because their mother's intuition or because they got some Scorpio on their chart. You never know. I don't think no sign is messing with Scorpio. But they're right. Because of the different combinations, signs may be able to get close. I digress. Let's continue. So they said a Cancer should negotiate with Scorpio at times. And don't forget to give in a little. And why should they give in a little? Because Scorpio will fall in love with you 10 times more than you'll fall in love with him or her. And a Scorpio is 1 in 1,000. Oh, so they'll put you through hell. But that's what the mother does. The divine mother is going to put you through hell. But the love is so wonderful. See, y'all don't know, Scorpio, I keep telling you, is the divine womb. And that's why when you read Revelation chapter 9, the bottomless pit is the divine womb. And that's where the scorpion is there. And that scorpion takes you through hell, but they love you. And that's what she does. The divine mother. All right. Some warnings. Scorpios often have a very fragile ego. He can go over many things, but never forgets. I heard that too. Scorpios never forget. So watch it. Watch it now. That's why it behooves you to try to move somewhere close to where the moon energy is strong and it's a lot of water. Scorpio, if you're going to be with this Aquarius. Scorpio is vengeful, and so be careful. A Scorpio that feels betrayed won't sit around weeping. Scorpio is fragile, vulnerable, and very sensitive on the inside. Also, they seem tough on the outside. You have to pay attention to where the limit is, where Scorpio starts being himself. But I'm not worried with your intuition, Cancer. One more thing, think 10 times before you say anything, and I mean anything. Because if you think you have a good memory, wait until you see Scorpios. Woo! When in my head, I keep seeing a spider when I think of Scorpio. Your Scorpio wants the same things you want: peace, joy of a home, commitment. Scorpio is very possessive, so finally, someone will make you sure you know how much they love you, because just like you, he thinks jealousy and possessiveness are proofs of love. Sexually, your sensitiveness and Scorpio's passion should take you to ecstasy. Scorpio's intuition is almost as strong as yours, and from the sexual point of view, he does not miss any signals, being an excellent lover. The Cancer-Scorpio combination is therefore the relationship you can expect very much of, because you are both on the same wavelength, for better or for worse. A love story that can turn into a very beautiful marriage. This is still moon sign. A Cancer A Cancer woman and a Scorpio man should get along very well because they're both water signs. The erotic prognosis is favorable. The passionate Scorpio man finds an eager partner in the Cancer woman. The physical compatibility can continue to reducing the jealousy both the Scorpio man and the Cancer woman suffer from. However, if they come to have jealousy scenes, sparks will fly. Overall, the relationship between the Scorpio man and the Cancer woman will be harmonious, and understanding, tenderness, and protection will be highly considered. But that's mainly because of the Cancer, okay? Because the Cancer is the one that's all about the security and protection. I don't think Scorpio calls it security and protection. Scorpio is more like, you better not try to leave me. You better not try to cheat on me. So Scorpio is more like maximum security on that ass, okay? Cancer is like maybe a minimum security, medium security. But Scorpio is not having that shit. All right. So this will conclude. Again, we did name numerology for both people to learn more about their personalities. Then we did moon sign and sun sign compatibility to see the possibilities of what it could be like. And we've already done on a previous video the natal charts, the twin flames natal charts analysis, which is compatibility of both twins, what's going on between them. Again, to get the most out of your charts, you got to really study them and get to know them. And that's anybody. You could talk about them, but you're not going to get the most of them until you actually really get into them yourself and get to learn them. This is Gad. If anybody's interested in anything we're offering out here, anything intuition we do, anything with numerology, moon signs, anything with twin souls, twin flames, soul reincarnation, astrology, horoscope. Some people ask us to do research. We do that too. We do offer the telephone conversations as well. Telephone consultation, we call it. Right now we're having sales. So this is what you can do. If you know what you want, just look at the description box and you can go ahead and get started because it's all there. Whenever you get your natal chart done, we need your name, time of birth. If you don't have it, we can ask the archangels. Day, date, year, city, and town. If not the USA, we need to know what country. And a lot of times for the numerology, it's almost the same stuff. Not all of it, but basically it's almost the same stuff. So it's there. God bless.